Hey peeps, sorry for my tardiness. Been a couple of days. Being the professional I am, it's bright and sunny and you can see my face and everything like that. No matter how it is. As somebody who's seen coming on to 800 full moons, you're in a pretty decent position, to see what's going on in the world and evaluate, a more global picture. For those, anybody watching younger, if your interests aren't in the governing of the world and justice and truth, etc., etc., you're in life mode. But trust me, as you get older, you process everything, and as you get older, responsibilities kick in as an elder, um, and you'll change your perspectives, and uh, providing you're open to growth. Many are. There's nothing wrong with that either. Enjoy your life. Um, you're blessed to be here. Just simply understand that. As crazy and as mad as it seems, it's so crazy. It's so mad and crazy now that it is illusionary, and that's what all the ancients have told us. This is an illusionary realm. Your thoughts, words, minds create the perception. It's a computer game. It's just imagine it's 2050 and you're playing PlayStation 20, and you swallow your red pill, and then you're alive and you're awake in this 3D living realm. It is a nice way, to view the place and how you interact with it. But for those that haven't been paying attention, COVID was the wake up call for the world, and as bad as it was, and the boundaries that crossed, and a wiser and older head can see the beauty in God's plan, because it exposed a lot. It exposed so much from government control, or world control, health controls by unelected bureaucrats. That exposed, manufacturers of certain products having immunity, despite the warning labels that they print. And those companies are funding corporate chills into government. So it all got exposed. At the same time, you could see the media controlling it, and those unelected bureaucrats also own the media stations. And as an older dude, it shocked me, even the people my age who quickly, jumped to the left. Curfews and dobbing on their neighbour for walking more than a kilometre from home, or being out after 1 p.m. or it was nonsense, man. And it was a bit of an intelligence test, man, because the mortality rate, let's be honest, man, the mortality rate in every country, in the majority of age groups, just average mortality is up, and up considerably, and it ties in with one thing. Just ask what the bookmakers would have favour. But while all this is going on, that exposed everything, and then you've got this whole world in a change to a technological age and a digital currency. And I know a lot of people are fighting, the digital ID. You've got a digital ID. Trust me. You carry your phone. They know where you are. They can GPS your phone, every track and every movement, every bank transaction they know, and is now analysed by AI. Yes, you're going to have some cash and some freedom. It's been a digital world. In Australia, 95% of trade is digital. 95%. So there's a lot of storm in a bubble. I see. I see AI backed. Blockchain currency far more reliable than oil. the petrodollar. It's all balanced by, the absurdities of the human mind around oil fields, based on a thing that the oil is scarce. It's a new information that says that again. That was another little mistruth that we've been told. God, I was 10 years old and we were running out of oil in 10 years, like everything, and we were dying in 2000. Planes are going to drop out because computers are going to die year 2000. Like, it's been everything, man. But it all comes down to changing your thinking from the 3D lower living level that you're here to survive and everything's against me, to, okay, it's a game and I'm outside playing. That's why believing that you might be on a disc-shaped thing that's bigger than you've been told, and it might have a firmament. Well, some science and that firmament might not be so mystical as it might be like frozen oxygen. It might not be a glass dome. You know, and that sort of makes a lot of sense because it ties in with a lot of ancient things. But every culture spoke about this rise rise in vibration on the planet. So all this darkness had to be, so all this shady underhand. America's spending $1 million a second on war. For fucking who? Why? What? Um, uh, that world, the board of peace. Did you all notice that happened in the last couple of? Let me see how many time I've got here. Yeah, um, at Davos, man, it's basically been taken over. The United Nations is done. NATO's nearly over. America were all, they're all the money there. They're all the money in the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, sorry, and they're withdrawing that, leaving Bill Gates as the number one donator, Mr. Vaccine Pusher. Like, really, you can see the shift, man. And I don't know how we're going to do it, but you can see the change in money, in currency, the exposure. Yes, piece by piece, and you just got to believe that the good guys, are back in charge, because there was a darkness that controlled this planet and manipulated this planet to keep it that way. But humanity vibrated to a point where it just got above it, and as was predicted, we're in the end of times. Tribulations. Frozen oxygen. Just trust. Trust yourself, because it is a selfish journey. It's about you. You're the star. You're the actor, director, producer. It's all yours, and you can be anywhere and do anything you want. God loves you. Peace.